Hi, I'm Jahi Nelson. I'm the guitar department head over at the Avalon School of Music. I'd like to introduce myself and let you know what my history and what I've been doing over the years. I've been playing guitar and bass for over 20 plus years. I've toured with Outkast, I've opened for Avenged Sevenfold and several other groups. I do a lot of session work in Atlanta as well as Orlando. My influences draw from all various styles of music, heavy metal, jazz, rock. Some of my biggest influences are Ozzy Osbourne, Van Halen, Pantera, Miles Davis, John Coltrane. It just goes on and on and on. And basically what I'd like to talk to you about today is both instruments that I have here, the bass and the acoustic guitar. Basically what I'll do is I'll show you some steps with the bass guitar just to get it started. The first thing to know about the bass guitar is that it's pretty much the same top four strings as a guitar. But the bottom string is your first string, and this is G. The next string is D, that's your second string. Then you have the A string, which is your third. And then you have your E string, which is your fourth. Starting bass guitar, a lot of people say, is a lot easier than playing guitar. It depends on your style and what you want to go for. I listen to a lot of Jacob Pastorius from Weather Report and a lot of Victor Wooten and things of that nature. When I teach my students, basically I start them off with just learning the basics. On the guitar and the bass as well, there's an exercise I like to do called the pattern 6 exercise. And what that involves and entails is your four fingers that you use, your first, your middle, your third, and your pinky. And usually I like to start from the top string because it's the thickest string on both the guitar and the bass. So if you start with the top string and do this exercise, it gets your fingers a lot stronger, so you'll be able to endure the exercises that come after that. The first thing we'll do is we'll take our first finger, our pointer finger, and we'll go to our first fret. What you'll do is you'll press down on your first fret, and what you want to do with the first finger is you want to act like you're pinching the neck of the guitar. You want to have all your force in your fingertips, not your whole wrist, because it'll get annoying after a while. So what you'll do is you press down with your first finger and make sure you get a clean note. The best way to get a clean, solid tone is to play close to the fret. Then you use your second finger for the second fret, third finger, and then your fourth finger. So you cover the first four frets. This pattern is called 1, 2, 3, 4. It's also called a spider technique as well. Then you have 1, 2, 4, 3. 1, 3, 2, 4. 1, 3, 4, 2. 1, 4, 2, 3. 1, 4, 3, 2. And you do this exercise on all the strings. It allows all your fingers to have their own individuality. The next thing I'd like to talk about is note reading and chart reading. It's pretty simple. First, I'll start you off with learning the different clefs and the different lines and spaces on the music staff. First, we'll deal with the treble clef. The treble clef, or the G clef as it's commonly known as, and the reason why it's called the G clef is because if you look at the tail end of this semicircle, right, this hook right here, the line that it wraps around is on the G line. So that's the reason why they call it the G clef. The first line you have is E, then you have G, B, D, and then F. In the spaces, you have F, A, C, E. Each of these letters stand for something. E, every. G, good. B, boy. D, does. F, fine. Every good boy does fine. E, G, B, D, F. And then you have face for the spaces. This is the treble clef. For the bass clef, it's a little different. You have G, B, D, F, then A. Then A, C, E, G. Grandpa's belt doesn't fit anymore. All cows eat grass. And the notes where they would sit on the guitar are pretty much here. We'll start the easy way. We'll start on the E for the treble clef. We'll start here, the second fret on the D string. For G, it'll be open G. For B, it'll be open B. D will be the third fret on your B string. F will be the first fret on your E string. For face, it'll be the third fret on your D string. A will be the second fret on your G. C will be the first fret on B, and E, your open E string. The open strings on the guitar are E, B, G, D, A, dessert, after eating. The pattern 6 exercise you can also work here as well. These are all good techniques to get you started with playing guitar. The first thing you want to do when you play the guitar is make sure that you hold the guitar close to your body. Most people hold it on their right leg if you're a right-handed guitarist. The classical traditional position would be hold it on your left leg. So that way you can have more arm space to move your arm without really twisting your body. But just to start off with, you keep it close to your body, like a pillow. You hold the guitar like you're holding a baseball bat. So you want to have a curve, an arch to your hand. You want to make sure your hand is curved, and then when you press the frets, you want to make sure that your fingers are clawed over the string on the bottom of your finger. So if I'm on the E string, the top string, I want to make sure that my fingertips are curved so I don't hit the A string. A little bit out of tune here, but that's all right. Anyway, so that's to get you started with playing guitar, and these are a few exercises that you should try. Make sure that your wrists are flexible. Good exercise to start before you start your guitar is to make sure that you rotate your wrists, get some circulation going into your fingers. For all beginners, the exercise that I recommend to try the most when you first start is to make sure that you have your arch together. Use your first finger. And on the guitar, I would probably start with the E string for beginners because that's the thinnest string and it won't bother your fingers as much. You play the first fret, second, third, fourth with your first, your second, your third, and your pinky, and then try to see how that works. And just work with that first just to get your fingers moving. And then once you start that, then you can do easy chords like a G major chord, which you can use the third fret on your E string, and your open B string and your G string. G major, G7, third fret, E string, open B, open G. G7 will be first fret, E string, open B, and open G. And that's a good exercise and a good chord to get you started before advancing to other chords. This little funk exercise that I like to work on every once in a while.